Welcome to Talking Awe. Hey, I'm here. Another new episode. Can you believe it? Neither can I. Because it is such a gorgeous weekend out. And my weekends have been, frankly, tied up with me traveling, taking pictures. Which brings me to the bad news. Bad news is Talking Awe is coming to an end. I've shot, 40 episodes of this show. I shot almost 200 episodes of Unfiltered. I've been yakking and squawking about what's been bugging me. And it seems that after almost 5.5 years of doing this, I'm talking about the same things over and over and over again. Here it is, another presidential election cycle. They say, we're a democracy. It's all in your hands, people. Get out and vote. We'll give you the choice of this one or this one. And if you look at them real close, they're both exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, but you get my point. They're the same. They're not like us. And the government says, oh, the people run the country, but vote for one of these two. It doesn't make sense. And meanwhile, I keep hearing that these presidential candidates are raising billions of dollars for their campaign. And it's for their campaign. It's to waste on $30,000 a second TV ads. That's right. You heard me right. $30,000 a second. That's why when you watch real TV, people don't waste time. It's not like public access, where we've got nothing but time. Those campaign ads cost so much that if those candidates... Look, here's my idea. You want the President of the United States. You want to decide the President of the United States. There's no need to even go to the polls. Waste your time going and standing in line and registering and marking all them little boxes and handing in your ballot. Because they just throw those in the trash anyway. That's the way it works. You vote, they take all your ballots, they throw them in the trash, and they say, here's who won. But they already know who's going to win before you even start voting. They throw the numbers up on TV like it's some kind of magic thing. So many percent reporting, blah, blah, blah. They're just made up numbers, is what they are. And in the end, the chosen one comes out. So here's my idea. You take your two candidates, or hell, take 50 candidates for what I care. The person that can raise the most money, not for smear campaigns, but can raise the most money and give it to the United States, gets to be president. Sure, if we got a guy that can go out and fundraise billions and billions of dollars, that's the president's job. Get contributions to the United States. But don't give the money to these big friggin' television conglomerates and advertising conglomerates. Give it to the budget. Give it to the poor school children who can't read a book in high school. Give it to the poor starving kids in Harlem or Cincinnati or Butte, Montana. Too much money is wasted on our political process. It's just that simple. Yay, it may sound great. Oh, yes, I get to choose a president because I voted. Bullshit. You didn't get to choose nothing. Except what time to go and vote. It's the only thing you chose as a single person. I hate to say it, but people, it's time to look at the simple facts. However many millions and billions of people we've got in the United States, your one vote doesn't mean squat. Face it. Don't get that all important, I chose the president kind of crap going. Because it's crap. It's exactly what it is. They want you to think it's important. And that's the key. Meanwhile, Romney holds a, $10,000 a plate dinner and draws in, 200 friggin' people from around the world paying $10,000 for a rubbery piece of chicken and some rice pilaf. And to listen to Romney talk about how rich he is and how great he is and how he can lead this country down the right path. It's crap. He's going to lead the country right down the path that the 600 people in Congress is leading him to. It's crazy. America can vote for American Idol. America can vote for So You Think You Can Dance, and America's Got Talent, and all them other dance friggin' shows and singing shows. America can singly make that vote on their own with no secret polling places or anything like that. Why can't we do that for laws and bills? Somebody thinks something's a good idea, put it out there. Say, here you go, America. Vote by internet, vote by text. And guess what? The majority wins. It's not that hard. You don't need 50 representatives, one guy representing each state. You don't need senators and all these people fighting and infighting up there in Washington and in your state capitals. You don't need that. You need a simple internet connection or a text. Go, hey, if you think raising the legal alcohol limit to 0.20 is a good idea, text 1. If you think it's a bad idea, text 2. You look at the two totals, oh my God. Only 15% think we should raise it. So, we don't raise it. Da 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 da, I just did the work of 600 friggin' people. Can you believe it? The way the technology is going, we're not even going to need a president. We're just going to need some cat like Mark Zuckerberg, to pull everything together. And get everybody on the same page. Or on everybody else's page. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. It's just crazy. And I've been talking about this stuff for 5 damn years. And illegal immigration. Nothing's changed. State of the economy. Nothing's changed. Unemployment is still 8.8% reported. So you're in actual numbers, you're looking 13-14% probably. Because I'm sure there are people out there been unemployed, since the whole beginning of this. And they just don't even bother anymore. They don't bother reporting. They don't bother going to unemployment because there's no damn jobs out there anyway. And you can tell. You can tell the economy's not getting better because gas prices are dropping. I heard that somewhere. I can't remember where. One of them Jim Cramer Mad Money shows or something. When the economy is bad, prices go down. Because these companies don't want you to stop buying gas. And they know at $5 a gallon in this economy, you're going to cut back on where you drive. And you're not going to buy as much gas. So they dump the prices down. So that you go, oh no, I can still afford that. You know, once the economy starts getting better, you'll notice gas prices will go up again. They'll go, oh, people got more money in their pockets. We can raise the prices some more. That's the way it works. And I'm not an economics major. It's just, you know, I believe third grade or something, you know, when there was 28 kids in the class and there was only 27 apples, you know, it's a whole supply and demand thing. If there's 15 apples, they're worth more because there's 28 kids. You know? It's just the way things are. If there's 50 apples and 4 kids, you know, those apples are going to be cheap. Because there's a lot of apples and not too many customers. It's the way it works. I think I learned that in third grade or something. I don't remember. What else have I been bitching about? Oh, I went through a whole phase back, you know, a while back when we built the roundabouts on Main Street and on Winchester Street. I didn't say a whole lot about the roundabout up on Court Street that they've been planning. I don't know why I didn't say anything about it, because it's a roundabout and I should be pissing and moaning about it. But I think it was Monday. I came down to work last Monday, a week ago, and I went home Monday evening, and I went up Court Street because I had to stop at 7-Eleven. And I see the big blinking sign there that said Brentwood Detour, Route 12A, and then that went off, and it blinked again, and it said, caution, roundabout ahead. It didn't say caution, road work ahead. It said caution, roundabout ahead. And as I got up there, I was blown away. Because there was already a paved circle. Looks like it's just the aesthetics now. And you know, I've driven around it half a dozen times now. In a row. No, not really. I've gone through it half a dozen times, and it's not that bad. You know, it feels roomy. It feels kind of nice to drive through it. The ins and outs are all fairly nice. You know, there's nothing too drastic. Inside curb doesn't look like it's going to tear up too many tires. You know, I think they did a good choice there. You know, and whether it helps with some of the backup, that's still yet to be determined. Because now where you had 3 kind of lanes, you had 1 lane to go off Route 12A, you had 1 lane going straight and 1 lane. Now everybody's got a funnel through. And if there's a lot of traffic coming down Maple Ave, and there's a lot of traffic coming up Court Street at the same time, there is going to be a slight backup there, I think. Not as much as sitting and waiting for a light. And it's all going to depend on the drivers. Don't get me wrong. Everything depends on the people using the roundabout. To be courteous, to be polite, you know, alternate. If it's heavy traffic, alternate. If you're coming through the thing, let one guy go. And as you get around, let one guy go. You know, and you'll get to where you go, and so it takes you 30 seconds more. But wave, motion somebody to go in front of you. Because it's courteous. You know, it's the way you should drive. And that's what makes driving smoother. It's people being courteous. People not being afraid to go ahead. You know, I'll let you go first, after you. No problem. You know? So anyway, here's my plan. Talking All is going to wrap up. This is going to be the last episode of Talking All. You won't hear me bitch and moan anymore. John McClane, you get a break, all right? Until I get tired of taking pictures and traveling the great country, you get a break from my wrath. As well as everybody else in the city. And what I'm going to do, I bought myself a birthday present this year. I bought myself, because a lot of you know I've been doing the whole photography thing, and I had bought, around Christmas time of 2010, I bought a used Canon XTI camera from a good friend. And for a birthday present, I bought myself a brand new Canon T3i, which takes me from, my old camera was I believe a 10 megapixel or 12 megapixel. This new camera is an 18 megapixel. It also shoots HD video. So I came up with a great plan, seeing as how the only thing that's kept me from making Talking Aw shows is either working an extra day and then on my free time traveling and taking pictures. So with this new camera that shoots video, here's my deal. I'll be back in a month or so, a couple of months. By the time I get it figured out, put together, I'm going to start a travel photography show. So that each week I'll be in a different place or a different couple of places, and you'll hear about the places I went. You'll hear about, and you'll get to see still pictures, and I'll do all the filming on the road. No more studio stuff. It's going to be, it'll take a little bit longer because I'll be bringing all this stuff back and editing it, putting it all together in a nice, slick package for y'all. And it'll showcase my photography. It'll showcase some beautiful travel destinations around the area. And we'll see how far I can get out. But I figured I can do 1,400 miles in 2 days now. So, you know, it opens up a lot of ground and a lot of different places to go. And it's doing what I love, is photography. You know, while sitting in here in this stinking hot black box is fun and all. You know, what's not fun is the fact that I keep talking about the same things over and over and over, and still nothing changes. I've been doing this show, I want to say now, is it 2 presidents or 3 presidents now? Maybe just 2 presidents. But, you know, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all whether the president was a Republican or a Democrat. Because my nonpartisan hate goes right through to the politician themselves. You know? To the person. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's the whole, you know, the man who would be king syndrome or whatever, you know? But the simple fact that for a year and a half during this election cycle, we hear, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make things better. And they get into office and they're the same putrefied politicians that we've seen for the past 30 years. Because while these people may go in to politics with big dreams and ideas, once they get there, they're wrapped right up and folded into the turd that is our government. That's right. I can't believe I said that. Folded into the turd. There's no other way to put it. Yes, there are idealists. There are people with great ideas in politics. But because of the way that the government is set up, nothing gets done. And if it does get done, it's with all these little secret loopholes and added things and money. And like I said, meanwhile, we got two presidential candidates right now throwing billions of dollars around to make television ads that say, this other guy, my opponent, he's bad. Don't vote for him. And then you got on the other side of the aisle the same thing. The president right now is a jerk. Don't vote for him. You need to vote for me. Then you get the president going, oh, no, 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 no. He's a rich cat. He squandered billions for some company. Don't vote for him. Vote for me. And you know something? I don't really want to vote for either one of them. Because they're both the same. You know, they keep saying, Romney says, you know, I'm going to repeal Obamacare because it's horrible. But meanwhile, he set up Romney Care. I don't know if they ever called it Romney Care, but hey, I just did. Romney Care in Massachusetts. And when you bring that point to him, you go, you know, Mr. Romney, your deal in Massachusetts is just like Obamacare. What's up with that? And he'll go, oh, no, it's not, because it's only the state. And so apparently his point is it should be the states that set it up. Apparently, so the federal government doesn't spend any money on it. Because they don't like to spend any money that's not going to, you know, have fire come out of the back end of it, or something that blows up on the front end of it, or, you know, that doesn't result in the killing of somebody in some other foreign land. You know. For one thing, stop fighting these wars in foreign lands. There's trillions of dollars tied up in that. Which could come back to build roads and bridges and you know, I don't know, help homeless people or whatever. Here's my idea for the economy. Because, you know, it really seemed to work in the 50s and 60s. What we need to do, we drop gas prices down to like $1 a gallon. Now, I know all you oil tycoons, don't get your panties in a bunch if you're watching me. You'll still make money because people will buy more gas. Drop gas prices to $1 a gallon. Spend half of one of these presidents' fundraising dinner money on an ad campaign to explore our country. Right now, nobody wants to explore the country. They're too damn scared that a terrorist is going to pop out of the woods and shoot them dead somewhere. Because of the fear-mongering that's been going on. You know, stop wasting trillions in Afghanistan. Bring the boys home, set them around the country, and say, look, protect the citizens of the United States. Because they're tired of sitting home in front of their computer looking at the world. They want to get out and see the country. Drop gas prices to $1 a gallon, get people out on the roads, get people back into the state parks and the tourist attractions, and spending money. That's the key. Route 66 was a boom for small towns all across the country. Why? Because people weren't afraid to go out and drive across the country. Hell, back then, a lot of people weren't too scared to hitchhike across the country. Remember those days, folks? Stick your thumb out. And eventually, a nice stranger will go by. Of course, listen to your parents. Don't talk to a stranger until he introduces himself. Hitchhike. Boy, I used to get all over hitchhiking. I wouldn't dare to hitchhike now because there's some freaks out there. So, that's the things that we have to work on. We have to make people want to go out. They get out to these places and they spend money in these towns all along the way. I know because I just did a weekend trip through New York. I bought gas in 6 different little towns in New York. I ate dinner in a couple of little towns, breakfast in a couple of little towns. It's all about getting out there. Getting out there, seeing the country, because it's beautiful. And a lot of these tourist traps now, they're falling apart because nobody goes to them anymore. So my time's running down. It's been a great run. I've loved doing Talking All. I've loved, sharing my crazy ass opinions with y'all. And I hope you'll stay tuned. I'll do some promotions before I start the next show. And like I said, it'll be a travel and photography show. But keep your eyes open for it. And, hey, enjoy your life. Be good to each other. Take care. Peace.